Alright. Don't know how I'm gonna start this stream, but I thought I would do a stream. I didn't upload today because of the news and everything, but I still want to do something today. Yesterday was not an easy day. I made a video if people want to know what my initial thoughts and everything were, even though it was very jumbled. I did make a video and uploaded it after about maybe an hour to 2 hours after the news broke on the death of Akira Toriyama. And yeah, it's still not an easy day. It's not going to be probably for a while. And like I said in my video yesterday, also I want to say apologies for anybody. I didn't mean to upset or disrespect or show anything towards the fact that I had my intro. I'm just used to setting up, and if I have a video, I have that as an auto thing that plays at the beginning kind of situation. Dragon Ball Z has always been an inspiration for me, and the intro kind of shows how it's influenced myself and how much I love Dragon Ball, and I didn't think of it as like bad taste or anything like that. So when I did my video, it actually took me like almost a half hour to hit the record, but still hurts. But yeah, just like when Stanley passed away, that was a pretty hard one. Everyone that passes that you grow up watching or enjoying their content or anything like that, it's not easy. So, thought of just doing a stream, hanging out with you guys, talking with you guys. I have a couple things idea-wise I want to watch during today's stream. We're just going to make it a very chill stream. And just talk with you guys. Today's not the final day for MatPat, no. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow is the final day. I guess for some people it's the 9th. For me, it's still the 8th. But yeah. I will be honest, the thumbnail right here, you see the image of me? That was literally the moment I hit end record of my video, I started to cry. I hit the record button afterwards because I didn't think about a thumbnail image, and I'm just like, since I'm actually fucking tearing up, let me hit the record for a quick second. I grabbed a quick screenshot of me while I actually was tearing up. But Akira Toriyama, making Dragon Ball, being part of my life, my childhood, it was pretty tough finding that news out. And I'm not the only one. There's so many. The community is so vast. Even people who don't know much about Dragon Ball or anything understand the name and the depth of the person known as Akira Toriyama. And how much of an impact he did. And I don't think I had a good process yesterday of what I wanted to say. I kept freezing up. I kept trying to think of something to say. I also went back and watched my video. I jumbled up a lot. I kept going to one segment of talking and then I would stop, lost in thought kind of situation, and then to go back to something I said earlier, didn't finish, and back and forth. So that's kind of how it was yesterday. And I do have a couple things. Like I said earlier, I have a couple things we're gonna watch today. I'm gonna listen to some other people's like videos on the goodbye. Maybe even look up some other things. Like, I know there's a lot of tributes that were posted that I may have us check out and watch together. I even grabbed some of my favorite animations that I've already reacted to. Little original reactions are still up on the channel, but I'm going to rewatch some stuff that I wanted to rewatch with you guys, because if it wasn't for the creation of Dragon Ball, we wouldn't have these animations. So, yes, I'm super close to 300,000 subscribers. I am. Dragon Ball Z Kai was my first anime show. Watched it after that. I became an anime fan. I know Akira Toriyama would want us to keep Dragon Ball going. Dragon Ball is not going anywhere. I don't get why people keep thinking Dragon Ball's over, Dragon Ball's done. Dragon Ball's not going anywhere. If you guys follow what's been going on, Akira Toriyama, yes, he made Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, the movies and all that stuff. But as of late, he kind of passed the torch on to somebody else before his passing. And he's been eyeballing and giving some, hey, I want this kind of design still for forms and some other things. But he's given the torch of creativeness of Dragon Ball to Toru, I believe. In the description to Akira Toriyama, I made him in Xenoverse with both Piccolo and Hercule moveset since they're his favorite characters. Yes. That's awesome. Thanks for the $5. W Dono, definitely. That's amazing. But I got some videos that I wanted to check out with you guys and all that stuff. Like, I even grabbed a couple videos that I thought would be fun just to watch. Greatest Dragon Ball references in anime, so other animes that reference Dragon Ball. I also have a video that's titled Dragon Ball reference in popular American cartoons. So we know there's a lot of those as well. Like, one of them that come to mind, I don't know if you guys ever watched it. There's probably some of you who have, some of you don't. I still remember, and I freaked out because I was like, what the fuck? When I was a kid. Codenamed Kids Next Door. Number 4, going Super Saiyan. Your channel was the reason I got into Dragon Ball, so I got into the series quite late.
In dedication to Akira Toriyama, I made him in Xenoverse 2. With both Piccolo and Hercule movesets, since they're his favorite characters.
That's awesome. I knew about Piccolo, and I didn't know Akira Toriyama also, other favorite character was Hercule. I did not know that. I knew Piccolo was his favorite character. And I saw a post that made me go, damn, that's good. The last movie, even though, yes, we got Beast Go and everything, it was more of a Piccolo story. Still silence. Yeah, I'm glad I got some people to get into it, Hayden. I'm glad that Dragon Ball, you became more of a Dragon Ball fan through me. Because Dragon Ball has always been part of my life. I've made friends thanks to Dragon Ball. And my personality. And probably a lot of the ways I am today are thanks to Dragon Ball. Honestly, there could be a time frame where if I didn't get into Dragon Ball, I wouldn't be a YouTuber right now. Who knows? I will say Dragon Ball wasn't my first anime, technically. My first anime was technically Sailor Moon. And that's because of my sister. And I was the younger of the siblings, and there were times where she wanted to watch a show and we had one TV, so it was taking turns. And one of the first animes I think I ever watched was, I believe, was actually Sailor Moon, not even Dragon Ball. I don't think anything's going to happen to the upcoming Dragon Ball series where they get more turned into kids. To be honest, like I said before, Dragon Ball's not going anywhere. It's too strong of an IP. It's too powerful. The creator was Akira Toriyama made the life of Dragon Ball more powerful than honestly I think any other fandom and or any other anime could ever think about. The flame of Dragon Ball is too powerful. The energy. Never heard of Dragon Ball until I started watching your channel 2 years ago. Really? Hey, even if you're not a fan of Dragon Ball, you could still enjoy some of the concepts or something of it. But overall, it's still sad. I even saw on Twitter recently, the voice actress of Goku, she had a very sad statement. I don't have it on. Let me go see if I can find it. But let's see. The writers of One Piece, the creator of One Piece and the creator of Naruto, also had a statement and was very saddened about the death of one of their inspirations for creating their series. And I do agree with this one statement I kept saying around that Stanley and Akira Toriyama were legends that will never, ever be forgotten. I would go with the $5. Me and my friends watched Dragon Ball Z Kai and loved it, and we didn't know if DBZ was a thing, but we still got those goosebumps when Goku went Super Saiyan. Hell yes! Give that a nice little heart. I like the fact that people can now like the super chats. So cool. Indication I made a digital art of the 7 Dragon Balls and a message that said "The Legend of DBZ." Thank you, Akira Toriyama. I've seen a lot of awesome art made. Like I'm on Twitter right now. I can boom, like right now. Look at this. Like, thank you, Toriyama. Rest well. Things may pop up on Twitter that's not safe for YouTube, so I'm not gonna scroll while. Oh, here's another one. Here's a really cool picture. I think I like this one itself. Let me click on it. I think, yeah, I already liked this one. I saw this one earlier. I already priorly liked this one. This one is, I really like the way they drew it. I'm gonna just pop in and out of like fan art and stuff like that I found. Oh, I saw this. Okay. This. Okay. This was funny. But this just shows you. Alright. Let me turn off the music for a second. This just shows you. One that donation should pop up any second now. I'll wait until it's not. This right here is a good clip. I saw this and I was like, this is hilariously wholesome. First video I ever watched of yours was Goku versus Saitama. Really, that's a go-to. There it is.
Me and my friends first watched DBZ Kai and loved it, and we didn't know if DBZ was a thing, but we still got those goosebumps when Goku went SSJ smiley face.
Okay, I can go into this. This is a good question. Who and how did you come across DBZ? Now, I went into some pretty good detail in my video. And I'll say this now. If you guys haven't seen it, I would recommend you guys go watch my video. It is not monetized. That video I do not make any money on. And I'm not doing this stream to make money or anything. You guys you don't even have to donate. But I will say, when it came to that video, I went into some detail. I believe the first ever episode or anything I watched of Dragon Ball was when Gohan was basically abandoned by Piccolo to fend for himself for a while, and he came across these orphans. And he helped out these orphans. I believe that was my first episode I watched of Dragon Ball. Another $5 donation. I remember... And a membership message. There's an upcoming anime Kaiju no 8. I have no idea what that is, but I'll look into it, Kieran. You never steered me wrong with good anime. I remember I came back to DBZ fan because of Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku versus Hit, and also Saga Post and made a Sonic as Piccolo and Tails as Gohan for his respect. So I'm gonna play this. This was absolutely hilarious. And this guy, he does not know how to pronounce the word Vegeta. Just a heads up. Just a heads up, he does not know how to pronounce the word Vegeta.
At EBSC 93 writes, who you taking in a 1 versus 1? Goku or Vegeta from Dragon Ball?
Don't roast the man, he just doesn't know how to say it properly.
First of all, my condolences. I saw the news alerts that this individual has passed away.
I remember I came back DB fan cause of SSGS's Kaioken Goku versus Hit and also Saga Post and made a Sonic as Piccolo and Tail as Gohan for his respect.
Hey, what's up, Nichiko? Alright, let's watch this though. This was a very funny clip that's been going around.
The creator of at EBSC 93 writes, who you taking in a 1 versus 1? Goku or Vegeta from Dragon Ball? First of all, my condolences. I saw the news alerts that this individual has passed away. The creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, some of the most influential and best-selling Japanese comics of all time, that is the person that has died at the age of 68. Akira Toriyama.
I'm glad he actually knew how to say that. Vegeta is understandable because he doesn't know, probably. I'm actually shocked he got Goku correctly as well, but I'm glad he got Akira Toriyama. It's just, you can tell that this individual, this very famous dude, you see him on memes and other things and clips and all that stuff. I've seen him a lot. And he probably doesn't watch or know anything really about Dragon Ball whatsoever, but the fact that he at least is knowledgeable to show respect when he gets a comment like this.
Suffered an acute subdural hematoma, a type of bleeding near the brain, they say. This is what word came out from his studio this Friday. So my condolences out to him and the best wishes to his family and loved ones. Obviously, hope God blesses his soul and he's up in a higher place.
He's hanging out with King Kai, trying to hit Gregory in the head with a hammer.
In terms of who I'm taking, Goku or Vegeta from Dragon Ball, I'm going with Goku. I have no idea why.
I can't believe he went with Goku too. That was pretty funny. He just instantly Goku.
I'm not going to pretend to have any idea why. I'm just going to tell you I'm going with Goku. I guess I like his name better than Vegeta.
I don't know why, but I just found that super fucking funny when I watched that.
That's basically the only excuse that I have.
That's hilarious. Like I said. Let's go. Let me see if I can find another video or clip or anything. I'm on Twitter, so if you guys are wondering, I blocked the screen because there may be things that pop up on Twitter. I don't know about you guys, but there's some things that pop up on Twitter that is definitely not safe for YouTube. And I'm not even talking about like 18 plus stuff. I'm just saying like just random videos that are just bad.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried when I heard the news first. Stanley, the creator of Berserk, creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Kevin Conroy, voice of Batman, and now you just named every the only person you didn't mention that's kind of like been a person who's passed away. Actually, two people that you've named. There's two other people that have passed out away. One's not recent, but one is recent. That is on that list of people who I felt sad when I found out that they died, and that was Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and a few years ago, Robin Williams. Those ones really hit me hard. No one will ever do it like he did. No one ever compared. Yeah. Akira with Kaiju no 8 is basically a fusion of Attack on Titan, Parasite, and One Punch Man. Here's a trailer. Ah.
Kaiju number 8 is basically a fusion of Attack on Titan, Parasite, and One Punch Man. Here's the trailer.
Okay. I will check that out at a later point. Alright, let me see if I can find some other stuff. The fuck? No, I said pause. I was so confused. I'll give a nice little heart. Thank you again for the donation. I am reading the chat and going out of my way to make sure to try to answer questions and stuff like that. Wait. Oh, I did not know this. Hold up. Okay, apparently, my favorite is the very ending of Blue Dragon with Akira Toriyama. So, I remember Blue Dragon. That was like a video game. I believe that was like a very old video game. And apparently, that's his icon. Akira Toriyama was in it. They asked me to say... Interesting. There's still a lot of things I don't know. That's a little Easter egg. I like. Also, I'm not the only one that thought this or brought up this idea. I do hope Dokkan at some point brings in a free-to-play character of Akira Toriyama or something into Dokkan. I think all DBZ games should have something honoring him. Like his little character that we see right here. This one. He doesn't, and funny enough is me and King were talking about it. Please make it a playable character. He cannot do any damage, but he has 100% guaranteed dodge. Just do that. He can be on every single Dragon Ball team. Every single team. He doesn't get any access to any of the leader skill, but he has 100% chance to dodge. And also, this was a cool idea King thought up. Have him draw a character for his attack animation, and it'd be Goku coming out of the paper to do a Kamehameha, or depending on the key, maybe, or something like that. That'd be really sick. I would love that in Dokkan and or any other Dragon Ball game. Let's see. Oh, this was a nice little art. Let me show you guys this one. I like that. A lot of people are making some fantastic art pieces. A memorial wallpaper on Dokkan 2. Yes. Yes. That's a really nice one. Go over here. Like there was this little thing I saw on. This was nice. Message from the person too. Well, I like this. I think this is from Kakarot. This was just like going through and everything. And I do know that if I let this play out, this is probably going to get the stream copyright claimed. I don't care. This is kind of a hangout stream anyways. Oh, he actually uploaded the whole video on his... Wait. On YouTube? Hold up. Is this the... I think this is the channel I'm subscribed to. Yeah, I've seen this guy's channel. Okay, here we go. There you guys go. Show him my support. I've seen that art. I'll show it off in a second. I saw that going around. Oh wow, it's even going through Super right here. Okay. Ultra Instinct. Oh, versus Kefla. Okay. That looks like that's from Fighters. But man, that is really cinematically awesome. Oh, the Broly Gogeta! Let's go! Is he going to have Beast Gohan or anything at the very end? No, he doesn't. Damn. But still. Hell the fuck yeah. That was a nice little tribute. I grabbed the... I saw this. I've seen this on Twitter. I like this one. This has like all like small shonen characters from other shows like Ichigo, Sanji, Sakura, forgetting her name, Uraraka. We got Naruto here, Saitama, Luffy, Midoriya, Nami. I'm gonna forget some people's names. Tanjiro. Like this was overall really good art, and I like how. And also in the background, look at Vegeta and Sasuke together. What the fuck? That was awesome. That's an awesome art piece. It's a summer camp. Yeah, it's a summer camp theme. Here's a really cool art piece I saw. Right here. That's a really good drawing of Goku with his the angel wings and everything. Fairy Tail was in it. Yeah, I saw Fairy Tail too. Obviously never knew him personally. I miss him already. Like, I never wanted to see Demo, but now now that he's gone, I can't wait to see his final work. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm too. I will be doing reactions. I don't know how well it will. I will say this right now. I will be doing reactions to that when it comes out. I don't know how well I will do on YouTube when it comes to dealing with the copyright stuff, but I will have ways for you guys to watch it on and whatnot. So. Okay, let's see. Oh, this was a little cute little animation. I didn't watch it all the way, but here, let's watch this together, guys. This is the creator of this, I believe. So.
Ji-chan. Os.
I think this is also supposed to be a reference to, possibly, I think this is supposed to be from, no, I don't think this is actually from anything. I don't know why, but this is reminding me of, like, Grandpa Gohan. The way he's standing and everything with his hands behind his back. It just reminds me of Grandpa Gohan and Goku.
そうだ。行こうか、じいちゃん。
That's sweet. That's a sweet one. And like I said, there's going to be probably way more. Oh yeah, that's right. Namark. So the creator of the SpongeBob anime intros I did reaction to a long time ago, and the upcoming thing that he's doing, made this animation. Very quick, but just a little sweet one. Just a little sweet animation. Oh, now this is thanks to my boy Toon. You can't go wrong with the classic. Like, this brings back memories for probably a good bit of people, but this really hits me right.
I will make this whole planet suffer! This can't be happening!
My childhood right here!
I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again!
Every time I got home from school, I'd be eagerly waiting for 4 p.m. for this shit. Watching it one more time just because. So the fact that they went and actually made a really cool like trailer stuff for the show too, that was like custom for Toonami.
I will make this whole planet suffer! This can't be happening! I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again!
Can't go wrong with that. You can't. That's a fucking nostalgia right in the goddamn feels. Oh, here's another one. Thank you for everything. Yeah, definitely. This is a perfect representation of it. There you guys go. Such good art. And very sad. Oh, here's another one. Oh, this is made by Devil Artemis. Little Toriyama character flying off to doing the same pose as Goku, flying all the way to King Kai's planet. Hey, what up, Toon? Oh. Here, let me see if I can. I was actually just showing people the one that you made, or not made, but the one that you posted. I was just showing this one.
I will make this whole planet suffer! This can't be happening! I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again!
Nostalgia just burns in the chest from that one. Oh, okay, that's why I sent it. Gotcha. But let's see if oh, there was this one too. I do want to watch this one with you guys. Let's put this on. Okay, I'll turn that back off. Because I am, and if you guys are wondering, because I am on Twitter, I don't want anything popping up that I don't want you guys, that could get me in trouble on YouTube. So that's why I blocked the screen. All right, let's see.
Sure, it's a common notion, perpetual emotion, but I don't need the comfort of any lies. I've seen
Oh, wow.
it, and there's no accepting lies. Oh, back when I was younger, was told by others youngsters, it might as well be sunset beneath the earth.
That was awesome. And I like how it does the effect of going like at the end, and it just when it restarts, it does that's so smooth. That was such a smooth one.
Sure, it's a common notion, perpetual emotion, but I don't need the comfort of any lies. I've seen
I love the dates.
and there's no accepting lies. Oh, back when I was younger, was told by others youngsters, it might as well be sunset beneath the earth.
That's so cool. That's cool. Has there ever been a point watching Dragon Ball that you thought it wasn't for you anymore? Clearly, even if so, that never stayed a thing. Growing up, I watched Dragon Ball a lot. There was a point in my life where Dragon Ball kind of died down for me because it was done. Like, I watched all of Dragon Ball, all of Dragon Ball Z, all of Dragon Ball GT, and there was a good portion in between when I finally finished everything and I rewatched things and everything. I still love the series, but there was a good point. I would say middle school is around probably right before high school, and I was really like taking a break from a lot of that stuff, but I was still heavily into and it was thanks to Dragon Ball I really got more into anime itself. But there was a slow period for me, but I think that happens for most people. I don't think I ever got tired or I ever thought I was done with Dragon Ball. But there was a slow period for me at one point. I was first introduced to DBZ in the 5th grade by a friend. He pulled up a vid of the ×4 Kaioken Kamehameha versus Galagun, and then the rest is history. That's a good one. It's a very good one. Let's see. Was there any other ones I saw, liked, or retweeted? Video-wise. Oh, there was this one. Yeah, there was this one. Now this one will probably definitely get copyright claimed, like I said, but I don't give a fuck. Let me put this one on for you guys. This one's a little bit lengthy one. I saw this one and I liked and retweeted this one instantly. And I know people don't like GT, and I know technically Akira Toriyama didn't have like full like involvement, but he did design some stuff here and there for GT. So I know this is going to have clips from GT, and a lot of people are going to be like, GT. Who cares? Just enjoy the video. I kid you not. Actually, that's actually just right here. So when I was a kid, and I got, like I said, I got into Dragon Ball Z before I watched Dragon Ball. And there was a point where I finished Dragon Ball Z and I wanted more, and I found out that there was a series even before Z, and I kid you not, I asked my dad to rent all the DVDs for Dragon Ball through Netflix. So back then there was a thing where Netflix would send you 3 DVDs and then you would be able to watch stuff, send them back, and then you get 3 more. And my dad did that for the entire Dragon Ball series. I kid you not, when I was a kid, teenager age-wise, and I saw this. I saw this happen. I'm like, what the? I was not expecting to see Bulma shoot Goku in the fucking face. The dub ending for GT kills me every time. This time I cried, sent you the dub. Oh, we'll watch that one. Yes. You don't know. Yeah. That one hits. That one hits hard. Dragon Ball was definitely unhinged. Like, I know there's a lot of you probably in the chat who's actually probably have never watched Dragon Ball. Like, there's probably a lot of you who've watched Kai, maybe some Z, definitely Super, but a lot of you probably haven't actually enjoyed the series of Dragon Ball, and I recommend you guys go enjoy it. It is nostalgia as fuck. Yes, the animation is old, but you gotta remember when this came out. Super Saiyan. Ah, this moment right here. Boo. When I'm done with this, I'll read that. So good. Alright, trust me, after finishing Kai, I went on to watch OG Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and loved all about it, so I shouldn't be tearing up at work, but fuck it. Thank you, Akira. Hell yeah. Hell the fuck yes, Pirate Goku. Let me go click on this. Let's see. So a lot of you may not like GT, but the ending for GT, woo! This one is you're gonna feel this one.
And now we end the story of the Dragon Balls, with the hope that the Earth will never again see the kind of darkness that brought it close to extinction so many times. But if that day comes, there is one who will step out of the shadows and fight in the name of all that is good and true.
Till we meet again, guys!
Ah! Fucking A. It's tearing me. It made me tear up a little bit. God damn it. I sent you the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z, the full playlist. What? What? On YouTube? Really? Hold up. Oh. It's definitely not YouTube. Definitely enjoy the Ocean dub, though. Fucking love GT dub. There's some aspects of GT I generally do enjoy. It's just definitely story-wise wasn't the best, but they did hit some parts. They hit some parts. And I'm looking forward to more.
Trust me, after finishing Kai I went on to watch Og D Flat and DBZ and loved all about it, so I shouldn't be tearing up at work, but fuck it, smiley face. Smiling
Fuck it.
face with tear tie Akira.
Oh, there's the other one.
Steven, I sent you the Ocean dub of DBZ, the full playlist.
Appreciate it. Alright, let's see. Any other things? No, I think that was literally the last thing I had when it comes to the liked and retweeted stuff. There's probably more. There's so much more. And no joke, if I spot any more, I'll definitely, of course, like when it comes to anything that involves like honoring or anything, it definitely will be on the list of likes and retweets for my Twitter. Scrolling through. But yeah, there's just so much love towards what Akira Toriyama did, and the support and the sadness of him gone. All right. So I wanted to check out a couple other videos. Wasn't Ocean Dubs what they called Saiyan Space Warriors? Oh, did I say? Oh, okay. Did I misunderstand what was sent to me? I think. Oh, okay. It was the Ocean. I know it's Funimation, the dub that I grew up with, but there was parts of Ocean Dub I think I've seen too. All right. What'd you send me?
You see when you...
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you sent me, but let's
You see, when you take life, you live in fear because deep down you know that someday your life will be taken as well. We all have to reap what we sow, Omega. There's no way of avoiding that. When you harm others, you're really only harming yourself. It's simple. If you want good things to happen in your life, you have to be good.
Facts. Like I said, there are parts of GT that is amazing. Let's see. So, like I said, I wanted to check out some other ones, some people's like videos on saying goodbye to Akira Toriyama. One of them is I want to see Mastar's video that dropped. So we're gonna watch this, and shout out to Masar Media once again. Big fan, always supporting. Keep doing Demon Rush. I know there's a video that came out recently I've been meaning to watch that involves Demon Rush, but I just haven't had the chance to. But let's check out what Mastar let's see what Mastar said about the whole situation. Just because I felt like we could add this to watching and stuff like that. And I know there's a couple other YouTube channels I might consider watching during this stream. I'm not sure.
We found out last night that Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, has passed away at the age of 68. This took everyone, the entire world, completely by surprise, as we lost one of the greatest that inspired not only anime
That was very strange AI art. You could tell that was AI art.
fans, but the entire world. As I'm sure most of you can agree with, Toriyama's inspiration affected our lives since a very early age.
I think I saw this on Twitter too at some point.
I'm 38 years old and was introduced to Dragon Ball around the age of 10. Further, my favorite game growing up was Chrono Trigger, in which the art was done also by Akira Toriyama. In fact,
Oh yeah, you could tell.
he not only inspired me to become a YouTuber, I would never have made Goku vs. Saitama, Anime War, or my own series that I've been working on, which is fully inspired by the first anime I was ever introduced to, which was Dragon Ball Z. And I know for most of you, that's what he's most known for, but he has many other works as well. He's
Dr.
been
Slump.
creating works for over 45 years, and his creations will live on forever, inspiring all of us. Naruto creator Masashi Kishimoto expressed his thoughts on the passing of Toriyama, saying that he grew up with Dr. Slump, eventually moving on to Dragon Ball, and every time he had sort of bad life experience, Dragon Ball always made him forget about it. It was a relief for a country boy who had nothing. Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, said it's too early for this, the hole is too big. The thought of never seeing you again fills me with sadness. I've admired you so much since I was a child, and I even remember the day when you called me by my name for the first time. I remember the day you used the word friend for us, and I remember the last conversation we ever had. Toriyama is one of the people who took the baton for an era when reading manga would make you look stupid, and created an era where both adults and children read and enjoy manga alike. He showed us how manga can bring us together, and he gave that to me. It was like watching a hero push forward. Dragon Ball is probably rooted in the childhoods of creators who are active in all industries, not just manga artists. The existence is a great tree. For manga artists in my generation who have stood on the same stage, the closer I got to Toriyama's works, the more I realized that they had a greater presence. Almost scary. Masako Nozawa, the voice of Goku, released her statement that she doesn't want to believe it. Her head is empty.
This is why I wanted to watch other people's stuff too, because when I made my video or something, I could have went into depth and talked about some of the stuff, but I knew I just didn't want to fuck anything up. Hearing other people do it in more structured way is just so much better.
And she doesn't want to think about it. Every time she sees Goku, she remembers what Toriyama said to her. You will take care of Goku, won't you? I cherish that moment, and it makes me think. I will stay by Goku's side until my strength runs out completely. Sensei, please watch over us from the heavens. We hope you depart in peace. Toyotaro,
I saw that one on Twitter. I saw that quote. Yeah, that.
Current artist of the Dragon Ball Super manga, says that he drew manga because he wanted to be praised by Toriyama Sensei himself. It was everything to him, and as we know, the torch has been passed on to him. Even Yusuke Murata, the artist of One Punch Man, giving his thoughts as well. It seems that the entire world has come together to mourn the loss of our hero. Someone who not
I heard about a lot of other ones. I did not hear about the One Punch Man creator.
only created Dragon Ball, but inspired all of us to be creative, strong, fight back, and push our limits. What's interesting to me, as I'm almost 40 years old, is the fact that back in high school when Dragon Ball Z was airing on Toonami, you would get made fun of for liking Dragon Ball Z. It was just this weird cartoon that looked different than other cartoons, and most people didn't understand it. And if you look at the response of the world after 20 years since then, now you get looked at funny if you don't watch anime. And
Facts! So fucking true!
none of this would have been created if it wasn't for Akira Toriyama. In fact, if he had never made Dragon Ball, the world itself would have been a drastically different place.
So fucking true. I would say a good portion of the anime we enjoy today would not be the same. It would not. I don't think it would be. I can 1000% put that on the floor and say that. I don't think a lot of anime, Naruto, One Piece, because those creators were inspired and driven by the stories by Akira Toriyama. Animes in general over time, no matter what, had some influence because thanks to Dragon Ball. Anime would definitely not be the same.
As a manga author myself, at times it's hard to understand the impact that you're having on other people's lives. You sit in your room drawing pretty much all day, if you're the artist as well, and then you release your art into the world. And you don't really get to see everybody reading it or see their reactions. You do get some nice comments and some mean comments, but at times it can be difficult to understand the true impact you're having on the world. And I think we can all agree that Toriyama had the biggest of impacts on our lives. Dragon Ball Daima will be his last work, and I think it's...
And I'm gonna watch that. I was going to watch it no matter what, but I definitely got to. I definitely will.
interesting that Goku is a child again, and it's similar to Dragon Ball, which means that Dragon Ball is coming full circle for his death. An almost perfect way to bring Dragon Ball back to the origins of the beginning. As many of you are questioning, what does this mean for the future of Dragon Ball? I don't really want to talk about it too much in this video because this video is more about showing you how much Toriyama meant to the world. I don't know what sort of contracts or how he's going to pass on the intellectual property to who. I don't know what's going to happen yet. I assume that they will announce something sooner than later. Perhaps Toyotaro takes the reins. I think that everyone involved.
Toyotaro honestly is the only one that should. If he doesn't take the reins, if he doesn't take over, there's no one that could. I don't think there is. Dragon Ball would not be the same. Toyotaro is the closest thing to what Akira Toriyama left us as a what's the right word? I'm blanking on that fucking word. God damn it. But you guys know what I mean. Oh, did you guys see Socks?
The Dragon Ball franchise could use some time to take a break and mourn his passing. He was someone that literally everyone that worked on Dragon Ball looked up to, many of which their entire lives.
Predecessor. I can't say the word, but you guys know what I'm talking about now.
He was the hero. He led the way and paved the path so that so many of us could move forward. Someone like that should be held in the highest regard because it's incredibly easy to follow the path of other people, but to lead the charge is the most difficult. You're traveling in uncharted territory where many people won't understand or appreciate your work. You're not sure if your methods or process or style will ever even work out because you're not following the path of other people. You're trying to create a new one. It's one of the most challenging endeavors a human can ever go through. It's easy to follow the path of others, but to create a path requires a true hero. One that is resilient, one that is not in it for the money.
You know for a fact that this was released 7 hours ago. This took hours to write. This is a whole ass script, and this probably took a lot for our Mastar to fucking write.
simply in it for raw, pure passion, which is infectious to everyone else.
I could not make a video with this like pattern of like good direction.
It's very possible that without Toriyama, we wouldn't have Naruto, One Piece, One Punch Man, and many of the rest. It's not that Dragon Ball was the first anime or manga by any means, but it was the one that sparked the revolution. Dragon Ball fans love to fight, and it can be difficult for us to...
As he said before, if Dragon Ball wasn't around, if Dragon Ball never happened, anime could still be seen as a hey, you watch anime kind of situation. You know how people were back then. Nowadays, it's more common and more accepting to watch and enjoy. And it doesn't matter what age you are. You can enjoy anime no matter what.
To get along sometimes. After all, Dragon Ball is a show about people fighting each other and beating each other up, but not really at its core. That's just the surface. In any case, I hope that with the passing of Toriyama, we can all join together, at least for a brief moment. Stop the incessant fighting. Stop who knows more about the series, who's the bigger fan, what's canon and what's not. Drop all of that and mourn the loss of the one who started it all and paved the path for anime in general. If Dragon Ball was never created, my life would be absolutely different because I got into all of this, all of it, because of Dragon Ball. Not only did it get me to want to start drawing, get me to want to make my own anime and manga, get me introduced to other anime and manga. It was such a huge gateway for me to explore the world of anime and manga. It shaped my entire life and my entire career, from some of my best moments to some of my worst when I was being picked on incessantly. But I'm a very happy man. I have pretty much everything I want in life, and I feel like I led the right path. As long as you follow your passion and your inspirations, you will always live the right path. Recently, we also lost another GOAT, Kentaro Miura, the creator of Berserk.
Yep.
Two absolute legends of the industry who inspired all of us, who wrote stories about trials and tribulations and difficulties, giving us characters we could sympathize with and learn from, explaining the realizations of their own lives through their stories, passing on the key takeaways that they've learned from life onto their followers, emphasizing the values of friendship and perseverance, personal growth. It's with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of one of the greatest, Akira Toriyama, but his story will live on forever. Dragon Ball will never stop to inspire us to grow and be better and stronger and fight our battles, sharing our love for the story, and showing us that following your passion in life can succeed greater than your wildest expectations.
Ooh, that's a good one. That was fucking amazing. Oh, holy shit. Yeah. Masar did a good job on that video. Masar did. Yeah, when he put powerful tribute, that was not even a fucking joke. Yes, the Yu-Gi-Oh creator also passed away recently too. Yeah. Actually, I did see a post. I think it might have been by Toon. There was an image of the creator of Berserk, creator of Dragon Ball, creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, all together in one image. There was an image I saw. Guts and Goku and Guts would be good buddies. You guys want me to check out Blackscape? I've seen a couple other people say that. That's a quick one. Yeah, we can watch this.
Let's have a moment of silence for the passing of Akira Toriyama. If you want to put your condolences in the comment section, go ahead and do so. First and foremost, I want to give my condolences to Akira Toriyama's family, their friends. I cannot imagine the loss you're feeling right now. My heart truly goes out to each and every one of you. Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. Without you, this world would have been a lot darker. What you've done, what you've created in your lifetime has lifted so many people in such amazing ways into a little boy that was getting bullied in school, didn't have the best self-esteem, and just overall wasn't having the best childhood. Getting home after school, putting on Toonami, watching Dragon Ball Z, that was the highlight of my childhood.
Facts.
And you
Same.
created that.
Also, Yu Yu
did that
Hakusho.
for me, and I have to give you
It wasn't just
I
Dragon
have to
Ball
give
Z
you
at
an
the time. It
immense
was also
thank
Yu Yu
you.
Hakusho for me as well.
a tremendous thank you from the bottom of my heart. Without you, there is no me. And I'm very, very thankful. Very, very thankful that you were there when I was at my darkest moment. Now you don't know me. You didn't know me, Akira Toriyama, but your work, those stories, they were there for me in my darkest moments. Dragon Ball Z, this has been a franchise, something that I've loved, something that I've dedicated my life to for close to 30 years. It's something that has meant the world to me, and I know has meant the world to so many people. That has been a light in the darkness for so many people, and you did that. You were a blessing on this planet, Toriyama. You were a blessing on this planet, and it was a privilege to know Dragon Ball. Everything that you've touched, the stories you created, it just means the world to so many people. And this is not easy. Tonight is not an easy night. This is not an easy day. In such a dark time, a time of passing, the memory that we keep alive, that's what we should be focusing on. The smiles, the love, everything. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me, everything that you've done for everyone who your works have touched. Thank you from the bottom of my heart again. May you rest in peace.
You know what? I haven't watched it yet, but I know my friend Toon probably made a video. I haven't had the chance to watch it.
I really don't know how to go about making this video. I don't know if what I'm about to say is going to be well articulated, because I'm quite frankly doing this off the cuff, but I feel it's important that I do this. And after the 2 hours that I've just been sitting here in complete shock and disbelief, heartbreak, my nose is a little stuffy right now, so if I sound a little nasally, I'm sure you can understand why. I think it's important that we do this, because if it were not for this great man, I would not have this channel. I would not have you guys. Frankly, I wouldn't probably even be a fan of anime, because Dragon Ball was everything to me. One of the most impactful things in my life. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by reading this letter and then I'm just going to share a few thoughts. And
I know
figured,
about
you know what?
Prince Vegeta.
Let's have this be an opportunity to not only convey our heartbreak, but also have this serve as a memorial or an ever-growing list of moments that Dragon Ball or any other creation by Toriyama Sensei has positively impacted myself or any of you. So please forgive me if I don't, articulate all this very well. I'm just, this is not. Yeah, okay. Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma. He was in the age of 68. It is our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you of this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and very few relatives. Following his wishes for tranquility, we respectfully inform you that we would not accept flowers, condolence gifts, visitings, offerings, and others. Also, we ask you to refrain from conducting interviews with his family. Future plan for commemorate gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for your understanding and support as always. March 8th, 2024. So it happened about a week ago, and Toriyama Sensei is a very private person. So to that end, they had a memorial service and they celebrated his life privately before then sharing this with the world. So, yeah, it's been about a week. But
It is sad, and I'm glad that the family was able to mourn and everything for a week before they dropped the news.
But I mean, there are very few things that have happened that have affected me the way that this has, aside from family-related incidents. And that right there just speaks to how much his creation has meant to me. Not, ever meeting him. Obviously, most of us have not met. I don't think anybody who's watching this probably hasn't ever met Toriyama Sensei. So, but the simple fact that someone who is so private could create something that is so impactful to so many people just speaks to his greatness. And if it weren't for Akira Toriyama, there would be no Dragon Ball. There would be no Chrono Trigger, Dr. Slump, Dragon Quest. I mean, all of these different things. I would not have this channel. I would not have met any of you. None of us would be here celebrating and cherishing Dragon Ball, getting to have all of these conversations about power scaling, characters, who's the best character, what's the best arc, all these different things. I can't even conceive of a reality without something that is so fundamental and foundational in my life. If you ever find yourself in a situation where something gets taken away from you, you either try to get it back or you try to adapt and move on without whatever that is. In this situation, if Dragon Ball were to be taken away from the equation, I could not fathom a reality without it. It is just that absolute of a thing in my life that I cannot exist without it. And that may sound dramatic, but it is actually how it was for me. Growing up, Dragon Ball was what got me through. I don't talk about this, and I'm not going to go into details, but I've had some very serious medical situations in my life. Dragon Ball was one of the driving factors that got me through some of those things, among a few others. So knowing that the person responsible for inspiring me, getting me through some of the toughest, darkest moments of my life, is no longer with us is pretty jarring and very upsetting. And I will admit, I was streaming when I found this out, and I was crying for a little bit.
No reason to be sorry about that. I fucking cried too.
Because this really hurts.
I was lucky I wasn't live when I found out. I was lucky. I know there's a couple, not only Toon, I know there's a couple other channels I follow that was live streaming when this happened. When this dropped.
I just wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who might not know what happened. And if you would like to, then I would encourage you guys to share your favorite, most cherished moments.
And I'm going to say this right now, Toon. If you're watching this, I don't know you if you are. You did a way better the job than I did when it came to making a video on this.
Being a Dragon Ball fan, what it's meant to you, feel free to share those thoughts in the comments down below. This video is not monetized. If you see any ads whatsoever, it's not me. I will not monetize this video. And I just want this to be a reminder of how lucky we are, not only to have benefited from Toriyama Sensei's hard work, creativity, but also to remind everyone to cherish those you love, and you never know. You never know what's going on. Always be
Appreciate
kind,
what you have.
because you matter to someone. I don't know how to end this. I'm really bad at this. I love you guys. Thank you for sharing that love of Dragon Ball with me. And all I can say is, you know what? Let's continue to love Dragon Ball, cherish Dragon Ball, and appreciate what we've got, because it doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get better than Dragon Ball. Yeah. Love you guys.
Good job, Toon. Friends Vegeta.
Hey everyone, this is Prince Vegeta. You guys may know me as JB, and what a week this has been. There's been so much going on, and today I just now was looking on Twitter, and we've lost another amazing person that is absolutely one of the reasons that I even have a career, and that's Akira Toriyama. He has passed away. He passed away on March 1st due to an acute subdural hepatoma. I may be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. I saw someone post it. It's been all over. He died at 68, and he was in the process of making a lot of...
It's rare to hear him use his normal voice over his Vegeta voice.
Things with great enthusiasm from what this says. I'm going to read from one of the letters that was put out. Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to an acute subdural hepatoma. He was in the age of 68. It's our deep regret that he still had several works in middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. That's a long time. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. And I think that goes without question that all of us will continue to keep his memory alive through all those wonderful creations that we've been able to enjoy. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and very few relatives. Following his wishes for tranquility, we respectfully inform you that we would not accept flowers, condolences, gifts, visiting offerings, and others. Also, we ask you to refrain from conducting interviews with his family. Future plan for Comrade Gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for your understanding and support, as always. Reading this and just trying to process it all, as you guys know, a couple years back, we lost Hiromi Suru, who was the original Japanese voice actress for Bulma, and that really affected me a lot more than I thought it would. I mean, I grew up with the
Losing any voice actor, no matter what, writer, storyteller, director, if you follow and are a fan, it's going to affect you no matter what.
English dub, but when I got to be a young teenager, I started really watching it in the sub a lot more, and you know, rewatching a lot of Dragon Ball. You know, it affected me deeply how she passed away. And now that we've lost Akira Toriyama, who without a doubt is one of the most, I would even argue, the most influential shonen artist, manga author to ever grace this earth, in my opinion. I think we can all say that old saying that Dragon Ball paved the way, I believe that fully. And even more so now than ever, because what a void. Not only from a creative standpoint and all these creations that he was a part of. You guys know he did Dragon Quest and many other things as well that I'm not even mentioning, Dr. Slump and all that. It's the fact that we will never be able to see another new creation of his. And that, it's a mixed thing. You know, he lived to be 68. I mean, I guess some would argue that's a pretty decent living, but I mean, I still think that's pretty young in a way.
It's two sides of a coin. It can be seen both young and pretty well off lengthwise for a life. Either way.
It's a shame that he passed away. I really hate waking up and seeing this news.
Yeah, the passing of the English dub voice of Frieza was pretty hard.
Just honestly threw me through a loop. I can't even really process it all fully, because when you look at this whole thing and you look at like all the memories and stuff, like I remember years ago there was people, you know, joking about, you know, things, you know, just looking back. I think one thing that we definitely should do as a fandom right now is be there for each other. This fandom has brought so much love. I know that there's a lot of hate in fandoms and a lot of things, and I know that Dragon Ball fans get a bad rap for a lot of things, but I want you to know that there has never been a more giving fan base than Dragon Ball fans, and there's never, and I mean this, never been more support from a fandom than from Dragon Ball, because I want you to know there have been people that have worked in this
You can tell he's been crying in his voice. His voice is so hoarse from screaming and or crying.
And left us too soon. And
he's crying right now.
Helped those people, those families that were in need. My dear friend Reggie, who passed away a year ago.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad one too. I remember seeing about him passing. If you guys don't know who he is, he's the creator of the channel known as, I believe, Slick Goku. If I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I believe it's Slick Goku.
He left us too soon, and the fandom came together. And just like Akira Toriyama may have left us, granted it's 68, but a life lost is a life lost, and we need to be here together. There needs to be less toxicity. There needs to be less of that hatred. There needs to be less of that bad energy. And we need to focus on the good things, and we need to be there for everybody right now and in the future. I think I wanted to talk about all this because I'm kind of coming to terms with it myself. I mean, I don't know what to really say other than I wish my best to the family of Akira Toriyama, and I want to thank Akira Toriyama for creating these wonderful characters that have left a permanent impact on all of our lives in one way or the other. For me, without it, I wouldn't have a career.
Doesn't matter how much time goes past. My fucking grandchildren will be fucking fans of Dragon Ball.
Much less, I argue to wonder if I would even be alive. Because there was times when I was younger and I was very depressed. I'm sorry, I was very depressed, and I came close many times to where I thought that I couldn't bear the world anymore. And there was Dragon Ball, you know? There was Akira Toriyama's stories to help a young mind in a bad place kind of forget about those worries. And it means a lot to me that a person, whether or not people complain about, things about storytelling and things of that nature and criticize and stuff like that, there was such a enjoyment found with this whole thing. And it's a lot to sort of put into words, and I know I'm not doing the best job right now, and I don't know, I'm rambling, but this job also helped me in more ways than I can count, taking care of my family, taking care of myself, of course, but mainly my family, my mom and my dad, and their health isn't the best. And, this job has meant everything to me. And when I started doing this, I did it for fun and the shits and the giggles, and I didn't really plan on being a creator full time. But one of the things that I really wanted to do when I got into this fully is make people laugh and forget their problems. And I want to tell you that I've made plenty of mistakes during this time, but I do know one thing, and that's the heart of what I've always wanted to do is provide an escape like Akira did for me. I know that a lot of people may or may not like the stuff that I create, may or may not like me as a person, and that's okay. I just want people to know that your imagination and your creativity is yours to give to the world in the way you choose to give it to them. They may not always accept who you are or what you represent or what you do, but the people that you love and the people you hold dear will understand you more than the people a lot of the time that don't even know who you are. Sometimes it's the reverse of that, but the reality is that we're all here on this earth for a very short time. And what we do in that short time is we try to make the best of what we got. And sometimes we live longer than some, sometimes we live shorter than some. But I think that all of us should take this as a stark reminder that we are here on this life once, and we should do our best to try to live. We should try our best to make the most out of what we have and understand that life is very short, and it's best to have as few regrets as we can. I guess I'm kind of going on a tangent again, and I apologize for that. I just
Never need to fucking apologize.
don't really know what to say.
But once again, better than what I did when it came to my video. I was all over the place, and I paused, and I just lost train of thought and just was lost in thought. You're doing a good job.
I know that there's a lot to, I'm sure there's people out there that can articulate this whole thing and put it into words better than I can, but when there's somebody that I really admire and there's somebody that I really care about, and to find out that they die, it affects me. I've done a few videos like this before, and I don't plan on doing a lot of these things because I don't ever fucking think, oh God, this is, someone's gonna pass away again. I contemplated even making this video, but I felt like it was good to talk and also spread the word for people that may or may not know, that watch me, that maybe don't have Twitter or whatever. This is just a sort of like for us to grieve together, if anything. It's a sad day. It's a very sad day. I know that a lot of you guys are going to be grieving in your own ways. I myself am, even now, and I can't even really wrap my head around it that he's been gone. But the one thing that I'll say before I leave is that he may have left this earth, but he'll never leave the hearts of all of us. He'll never, ever die, because his legend will live on through us, to our kids, to our grandkids.
Fuck yeah.
And so forth. We will carry on that legacy. That's one thing I do know. And I would like to say to you all, understand that a lot of these wonderful creators that you look up to, whether it be a YouTuber, whether it be an author, whether it be an artist, appreciate the time you have to enjoy what they provide. It's very easy to take for granted these wonderful human beings. And it's sometimes easy to forget that they are human beings. Sometimes we put them up on a pedestal. They're higher than that, but they are human beings. I've said this before, and I'll say it one more time. Take this moment to look around for the people that are close to you and tell them that you love them. Take this time and this moment to think about how you're going to utilize the time you have left. Maybe that argument that you had with a friend, maybe go tell them you're sorry. Maybe those things you did in the past, whether they were a mistake or whether you thought you were right, or maybe you were hard-headed, think about maybe going and apologizing if you feel that you could have handled things better. Any mistakes that you've made, utilize this time. I've been thinking about it a lot ever since, my friend passed away, and I still haven't really gotten over that or come to terms with it. I try.
And you never need to.
But I think about, so many things that I would have liked to do with that person. I just want to say one thing to Akira before I head out, and that's thank you for leaving an impact on me. Thank you for changing my life forever. Thank you for creating so many wonderful stories that will be carried down for countless generations long after you have left us. And when that time comes, when I eventually go and when everyone else does too, I have a feeling that Akira Toriyama will be on that other side, and he'll be waiting with a smile, and we can hug him and let him know how much we love him and loved him and what he meant to us in our life. And I just have this vision in my head that Akira Toriyama is currently writing more stories right now, making things for the other people that are with him now. And I picture Reggie's there with him too, making moves. I can see that. This has been JB. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I love all of you, and I know we all loved Akira Toriyama in one way or the other. Some people may have not necessarily loved him, but they respected him, and now we're here grieving as a family, because we all are. Take care of yourselves, and whatever you need to do to help you through this process, do it with the people you love. Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. I love you. Until we see each other again.
That was really good. Thank you, Prince Vegeta. That was a good one. Like I said, I haven't seen that one, so I wanted to definitely check that one out. This one popped up on my feed as well as this one. We'll watch this one, and then we'll watch the C Reacts one after this. I don't know if you guys follow him, but I've followed Lost Pause for a very long time. I wanted to see what his response of the news was.
What's cracking, guys? I don't really have any memes I can do today, and quite frankly, I don't feel like doing it. But this is something that I do want to talk about, and it's been tearing me up a little bit on the inside here, and I have to talk about it because well, just yesterday, as of this is airing, Akira Toriyama has passed away. And if you don't know who he was a man that's pretty much like a father, a creator.
Appreciate it, Ace.
Like manga out there. He's made Dragon Ball. He's made plenty of amazing games. If you know Chrono Trigger, for one, or even the legendary Dragon Quest, super huge in Japan. I mean, he's done quite a lot of work. Honestly, he's probably one of the main reasons, besides maybe Pokemon itself, but he really deepened me getting into what his anime is today and helped me pave the way forward. So I just want to read the final message here of what the official Dragon Ball EN said about him. Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to subdural hematoma. He was of age 68. It's our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, we have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art into this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he's been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira
I'm doing as good as everyone else, probably.
Is unique. Pardon me. World of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you of this sad news with grateful.
A good reason is I kind of took today off from uploading. I didn't upload a video today.
For your kindness during this lifetime. It kind of hurt, man. The fact that he still has good things coming and he just wasn't able to achieve it. I'm sorry if I'm shaking and when I stutter if I do this here, but yeah, he meant a lot to me, man. I never got the opportunity to really get into Dragon Ball because it wasn't here in the United States that much. But the one thing that did get over here and was absolutely massive when it aired on Toonami was Dragon Ball Z. And yeah, when I saw that, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And the fact that even people who weren't even into anime but just watched cartoons and we all got to talk about it, pretend to do power-ups, pretend that we could fly, pretend that, that we could just fight all these aliens and come together.
There was not one kid in the 90s that didn't attempt to do three things. The fucking spirit bomb, the fucking instant transmission, and of course, the number one, the Kamehameha. There's not one fucking kid who watched Dragon Ball that didn't attempt those three things growing up. I even did like the Masenko, and I even tried to do the Destructo Disc. I even tried to do the Special Beam Cannon. I was one of those kids.
And just have a good, fun, just anime that was just badass. It was amazing, and all the games that followed suit afterwards were also great. And it's just hard. The thing about Akira Toriyama is the fact that he also, of course, deeply influenced a lot of our favorite animes out there too, such as Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and I honestly, I think a lot of people were inspired by him and his works and his creativity. Some words that I would also like to share were Oda's response to Toriyama's death. From Mr. Ichiro Oda, "It's too early, the hole is too big. The thought of never seeing you again fills me with sadness. I admired you so much since I was a child, and I even remember the day when you called me by my name for the first time. I also miss the day when I had the great time with Mr. Kishimoto on the way home from the day when he used the word friend for us. I also remember the last conversation we had. He's one of the people who took the baton from an era when reading manga would make you stupid and created an era where both adults and children would read and enjoy manga. He showed us that the dream that manga can do things like this and that we could go to the world. He gave it to me. It was like watching a hero push forward. The excitement he experienced when he serialized Dragon Ball is probably rooted in the childhoods and creators who are active in all industries, not just manga artists. That existence is a great tree. For manga artists of my generation who have stood on the same stage, the closer I got to Toriyama's work, the more I realized that they had a greater presence, almost scary. but I'm just happy to see the easygoing man himself again, because we love Toriyama Sensei on a blood level. I would like to express my respect and gratitude to the world of creativity left behind by Professor Toriyama, and pray that he is repose and peace. I hope that heaven will be a pleasant world, just as you envisioned it.
I could not read that easily. One, I would probably fuck up. Two, I would probably easily cry in the middle of that.
You guys know that he often had like heaven and hell in his works, and you know, Goku himself, the man, the myth, the legend, probably the most iconic character of all time, was created by Akira Toriyama. And I mean, I think everyone just knows just what a carefree, goofy, straightforward kind of guy he is, and I'm just at a loss for words here, and just that final message right there. And I do hope that, you know, it was a pleasant area that he's able to train and be even more creative and flourish there as well, just like Goku. I have such deep and profound respect for the man. He honestly is a big reason how I got to become a YouTuber today, because I got into anime. I mean, obviously I didn't even realize Pokemon was an anime when I watched it, but like, it made me warm up to the art style. And when Dragon Ball came out, I was
definitely
deep
between
in there
Pokemon
now,
and Sailor Moon. It was one of those
I never
two.
wanted to leave. It was just so fun. And the fact that he did make anime.
It's one of those
really
two that
cool.
was my first anime.
Everyone loved Dragon Ball, man. I mean, there's of course a few people that, you know, it wasn't for, but it really did popularize. People all around the world really came together and loved what he created, and everyone celebrated the games, celebrated the anime, and I just hope that even my little influence, I got to be a little bit like him. Back when, you know, I started out, anime wasn't very cool, to say the least. In fact, you know, everyone always just called me cringe. And it really hasn't changed much. I still am.
I'm glad that you got into Dragon Ball and you found my channel because of it. So, yeah, a lot of people, like I said this early on in my stream. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball, I could be a completely different person. My mindset, my creativeness, a lot of things could be different about me if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, and to the point where there could be even further beyond. I may not even be a YouTuber at this point in my life if I was not into Dragon Ball. If I didn't get into Dragon Ball when I got into Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball led into, like, I watched Sailor Moon, like I said. I watched Pokemon, like I said. I think before I watched anything Dragon Ball related, but Dragon Ball is one of the big things that got me really into anime. And then after Dragon Ball, I would say Yu Yu Hakusho. Then there was Dot Hack. Those were also animes I've watched that I didn't know what anime was about, but that really got me. But Dragon Ball was definitely a true stepping stone for me to really get into anime and form to who I am.
I'm pretty cringe. But I even hope that even through my cringe here, that I was able to make just good times happen, make people warm up to the idea of anime and expose them to the joys and the awesomeness that it brings. And now there's so many mainstream anime.
I'm not surprised. I didn't know that information, Spooter, but I'm not surprised that he has made that big of an impact.
And I couldn't be happier. There's so many VTubers. There's so many different just creators now that are focus is on anime, and I'm just happy that I got to be a part of it. And one of the things that's iconic about Toriyama is his ability to create these characters that look so different from other things that you see in anime. Once you see Akira's work, once you see Toriyama's just masterful hand in like an anime, you know it's him. You know that he touched it just from the look alone, and all the wonderful characters that he creates that are just iconic. From just like the goober pervert that is Master Roshi, to the, you know, kind of tsundere alien that is Vegeta, and also I guess.
Did he just call fuck? You know he's not wrong with that statement, but did he fucking just say space alien tsundere known as Vegeta? Really?
Piccolo in a sense out there. And they turn into like these loving, awesome characters that everyone respects. Even though Vegeta, he may not win all the time, he may be a loser, but he still pulls through. He still gets the things done, and he's still able to help his friends in the end. And people root for him and cheer for him, and they celebrate the few times that he does get that victory. And it's nice that he has all these different kinds of people that we can all just look forward and relate to. And one of the few things that I was looking forward to very much here is one of Akira's upcoming games called Sandland. It has like this crazy, iconic looking pink devil. And he's going to go around in this kind of barren wasteland with a group of misfits, and he's going to try and create something beautiful.
I'm going to be honest. Sandland was definitely an interesting like thing that he dropped. Because we're getting a video game before the anime is even out. I just don't know how far it's gonna go, but it's definitely a lot of people are going to be influenced in checking it out because it's one of his last creations as well.
Out of this barren world, whether he discover it or make it himself in his utopia that you're gonna make in the game. From what I'm seeing, just all this creative, masterful, beautiful looking work, and I deeply wanted to play that game, and now I 100% want to play this game once it comes out, because it's going to be like I hate to say it, but like a farewell. We lost a pretty big giant in the community here, but it doesn't mean that like the things are over. And I know he wouldn't want the things to be over. He'd want, like, you know, Otis said, to pass the baton, pass on the love of anime to other people and other creators, to keep creating and making and sharing what they love. And yeah, I hope to continue doing that and honor what he does for as long as I can, as long as YouTube allows me to, as long as you guys keep watching and supporting, and maybe, heck, you know, maybe you guys become more creators. I've seen so many people come up from the ground and become just VTubers and get famous, you know, like whether it be, you know, Nux Taku, who I just met at a fan convention once, and he just sprouted up and become a VTuber, very successful. And, you know, I saw Iron Mouse come from just nothing herself too, and rise up to become just a gigantic superstar. Melody too, becoming an internet.
Iron Mouse went from literally a small, like, I remember seeing things here and there from Iron Mouse, but the fact that Iron Mouse is just one of the most giant, like, when it comes to VTubers, I think she's one of the highest loved VTuber out there. Project Melody, I remember her going around, especially with her other things, and a lot of people talking about her other things outside of regular Twitch.
That meme, and learning that she was a fan of me, that was amazing. Befriending big people like Taking 101, that was someone that I, you know, was a huge...
Thank you for the $5. Hope you're doing good. Have a blessed day. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Huge fan of One Piece, and just being able to meet and have a one-on-one talk, that's amazing. Like, fan artists such as Rustage, I can go on, like, becoming friends with Merryweather, the man who makes comics just out of like a catastrophe. And then, you know, we go on and make a comic together, and we talk all the time, just casually, and you know, become good friends. And, you know, animators like Donga Hart recently, and he's rising up to fame, just sharing his love of Minecraft and combining anime together and combining all sorts of things.
Hope you're doing good. Have a blessed day. Folded hands, medium skin tone.
Thank you.
It's just an amazing community that we got, and I just want to say it's a pretty big thank you to Akira Toriyama for making just it more welcoming and more people to get into the hobby and share the love of what is anime. And I don't want to blather on here too long here, because I feel like I've just been blathering on here too. So you don't need to do any outro or anything special here. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Akira Toriyama, for doing what you do. You absolute legend. Much love, man. Much love.
Some of these people did, like, some of these creators that I follow, they did such a good job on their videos. Okay. We're gonna watch one more, and then we'll probably either check out one other thing I want to check out, or wrap things up shortly. So we have, C-Reacts. If you guys don't know, I follow him. I still watch a lot of his content. I enjoy his stuff a lot. He dropped his video pretty early on. It's actually, I think it's one of the fastest viewed ones out there compared to some other channels and stuff like that. And just like all the other videos we watch, just support, go watch, like and stuff. Let's watch C-Reacts. This one's gonna hurt.
In case you're unaware,
All of them, but seriously.
in case you're unaware, I hate to be the person to give this news, but it's with an extremely, extremely heavy heart that I tell you that Akira Toriyama has passed away. Now, I want to make a couple things clear. This video is not monetized. It's not really a video at all. I was live streaming when I heard the news, and despite the urge to sort of just end my live stream, I just had a few words of gratitude for Akira Toriyama because he was such a huge, huge influential figure in my upbringing and all the way through my adulthood, and just the sense of magic and wonder he gave to not only me, but like my brother and siblings and friends. I just found it to be important to share this message that I spoke during the stream. Again, I don't think I really have it in me to record a whole video, maybe in the future, but these are just some of the words that I had during the stream because I think it's important that us as a community sort of stand together because we're all feeling this. We're all feeling some weight of this, and I want you guys to know it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel however you feel, but again, I just wanted to share some of the words that I had regarding this, and apologies for sub
Facts,
alerts
Ryan.
and stuff like that in the background. Again, I was
His
just
art style
live streaming
never
when
will
this
be
happened,
beaten.
and most importantly, rest in peace, and thank you for just such an incredible level of mystique that you added to my childhood, Akira Toriyama. And I pray that his family and loved ones find the strength that they need to get through this impossibly difficult time. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, there was an announcement that he has passed away.
Oh, that's the PS5 like background music. I was like, why do I recognize that in the background?
Yeah, I'm shocked. I apologize for just being quiet, but I'm shocked. I'm just hearing this for the first time, and
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought that was Resident Evil music, but I was like, wait, no, that's not Resident Evil.
it's one of those things, you know, like all of your heroes, all of your icons, all of the people that inspired you growing up, like, you know, like in everyone, we all have our date, our time, but you just never really, you're just never quite prepared for when that time comes.
Happens, yeah.
On the outside looking in, you know, for some people who aren't really invested in this sort of stuff, you might be like, you know, oh, you didn't know him, but like, when your whole like, and I'm emotional over this, but I'm also, like my brother, my younger brother.
Oh. I know what he's about to bring up.
Like, we grew up loving Dragon Ball, you know, pretending we were Dragon Ball characters playing, you know. And obviously, if you know, like, my brother, sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, but you know.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be sorry. If you don't know, his younger brother passed away earlier.
My brother a few months ago passed, and one of the things, you know, he loved Goku. He loved Dragon Ball just as much as I did, as much as everyone else did. So the fact that, you know, a few months after he passed, you know, the creator of Dragon Ball, who was my not only childhood, like fuck childhood, like my life, you know what I mean?
I think that statement goes for a lot of us.
My whole life. Fucking Shenron tattooed on my arm, man.
Hey, same here.
Goku on my shirt.
I can't say that.
Coming out, you know what I mean? Like,
fuck it. Later this year, I gotta get another tattoo. I'm gonna get another Dragon Ball tattoo.
yeah, that's heavy. Like, there's a few of those people who were like deeply rooted in your upbringing based off of what you were passionate about, that you know, had such a heavy influence on you, that despite the fact that you didn't know them personally, or maybe, you know, never met them, they were such a significant part of your life indirectly, that, you know, like Chester Bennington, Linkin Park, you know what I mean, Kobe, like, these are people that I'd never met, never knew I existed, but like just watching them and growing up with them as a part of my life in a way that makes it so heavy. And like the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, you always have to look at, you know, the positives. Like, again, not to harp on my brother's situation, but he was younger than me. He's my younger brother. So like the fact that Toriyama was able to live nearly to 70 is, you know, a blessing in some way. Obviously you aim for your idols to live much longer or as long as possible, but you know, we all have a date. We all have a day, and it just means you need to appreciate the days that you're here. Like, there's some days that I feel like, I don't know if you guys can relate, but like, you kind of let it go by, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, because in your head it's like, oh, it's just another day. But really, you need to appreciate every single day that you have, because you just never know, man. And not only appreciate every day, but also, like, not just for yourself, but also appreciate just like the time you have with certain people. You know what I mean? The time you have with your, you know, siblings, your friends, like whoever in your family. It still doesn't feel real. Like, it's just crazy. And that's kind of like the general, you know, thought process is, you know, it just doesn't feel real. And it's not going to feel real. It's like you're going to wake up one day, like, and it's just like, damn, like, I can't believe that. Like, it doesn't even feel
Probably. There's a good chance that's this
real,
Jake.
you know? And again, as somebody who
Carter, whatnot. Yeah, I think he would.
dealt with like the most devastating loss of my life. It'll feel real eventually, but then after it starts to feel real, it doesn't feel right. You know, like it feels like there was some sort of mistake. Like how could that happen? You know, it's just like, then you're gonna feel sad, you're gonna feel mad. And again, we're all people who didn't even know this individual on a personal level, you know, but he was just ingratiated in all of our upbringing. Felt like just yesterday we lost Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh. And again, like now I think, because I didn't fully understand, like I knew how, I'm not comparing situations, but it was just like I was the outsider of a situation like this where I was never really into the Marvel stuff. So like Stanley, and like I saw how emotional people were over that, and I understand. I never was judgmental, but it was like I didn't fully feel like I couldn't understand what that feeling was like. It's like, oh, you don't even, you know, you didn't even know that person, but it's just like until now, like, you know, I'm not a very religious person.
Akira Toriyama, I will say, and this is a statement that I will stick with because I've seen a lot of people say this. Akira Toriyama to manga is what Stanley is to comics. Yeah. They're far beyond, and they'll forever be in our hearts, and we'll never forget them.
But I do consider myself very spiritual. I believe in, like, you know, energies and stuff like that. And they say that energy cannot be destroyed. It just transferred. So I believe that.
You're not wrong, Spooter. You're not wrong.
It's just my belief. I'm not here to debate. Like, now's not the time. I'm just sharing where I'm at. But I believe that regardless of what you believe in, like I do believe there is more to this, you know? I do believe we are transformed into something else, you know? Like we're just controlling these meat sacks, you know what I mean? And regardless of, you know, whether you believe we go here, we go there, we do this, I do believe we do something. So with that said, whatever that next thing is, I just hope it's beautiful for him. I hope sorry, I just think of my brother. Hope they can hang out. Because he loved that dude. Was inspired by him. So sorry, it's a combination of things. In case somebody's joining out of context, not that anybody should feel bad.
This is getting to me a little bit.
Getting emotional over this, but just know for me, it's twofold. Like, it's reawakening, you know, some suppressed feelings. But I think it's important. Like, you might be like, oh, just get off. Why are you live? Like, you know, just deal with this. But I think it's important to show that, like, it's okay to show your emotions, you know?
And it can help.
Like, because I know what it's like when you suppress that shit. Like, a lot of people who have really bad anxiety, really bad depression, it's because you have all this shit locked into you and you don't release it, you know? But as hard as it is, like, you have to just look at what an amazing legacy this man left behind. Like, the fact that there are I'm not alone.
By the way, if you're wondering what that sound is, I believe that is his sound alert whenever someone subscribes to his Twitch. If you guys are wondering what the hell that was. Also, I hope to see C-Rex hit that million soon. He's less than 9,000 away.
There's millions and millions of people around the world right now crying. There's millions and millions and millions around the world right now crying. And I think, you know,
facts,
the end is a part of the journey.
The VA of Bulma, yep,
that you open,
and Toriyama are talking to each other.
Has an end to it.
Or with each other. And
it's just a part of the process. And instead of feeling so sad about the last couple of pages, you know, just like really appreciate everything between page 1 and page whatever, you know, between the beginning and the end. Like, appreciate that big chunk of the story that that person left behind and the impact that that person had on your life. You know, like, I'm not gonna lie, with my brother, I try to run away from just the thought of it. And again, and that's why I think it's like, again, there's no like correct timetable of like, oh, you should be over it, but you know, I know that it's not real. I'll never be over it. But like, I did find myself like, if there was a picture of him, like, I just kind of like pretend I didn't see it and like just ignore it. There's like a thought of him, like I didn't even want to think about him, and not in like a malicious way, but it's just like, it's like you're hiding from the discomfort the discomfort, you know, emotionally, that it makes you feel. So I bring that up to say, like, I do know how important it is, like with Toriyama, like something that I have had issues doing with my real, you know, family situation is, you know, just appreciating the impact.
He
the
was a
positive
legend
impact
already
that those
when he was
people
with
had
us
on your life.
He'll always be.
God, man, like, what we should do is just share our favorite, like, you know, Toriyama works or like moments in your history that only exist because of that man. Like, all of you guys, like, what I do for a living, the fact that like I'm able to talk to you guys and there's people here to listen, is because of him. Like, the content that I made is inspired directly from his work. You know, this community that we have is directly because of his work. Shit, and it goes beyond that. Like, even outside of Dragon Ball, like how many mangaka have come out and said that they were inspired by Toriyama? Like that was their like Superman. That was their, you know, that was their Goku. You know, like that was their inspiration. Like, the whole landscape of anime, of this form of entertainment, which has grown astronomically, is most impacted by him above literally anyone in history. I know you guys are gonna be like, you know, why are you live? You know, just deal with your emotions. But we're a community, man. I think it's important. Like, we're all
and together.
Like, this doesn't just impact me. Like, instead of all of us just tucking away into a corner or into our rooms and just being sad, or, you know.
That's why I did take today off from uploading a video. I was going to upload like normal 1 to 2 videos on this channel. I was going to upload on my second channel. I was going to do my normal thing. I was even having a plan to do a stream today, but with the news and everything, I just needed some time for myself, but I still wanted to do something. That's why when it came to doing this stream, and tomorrow I'll be back on the grind. Probably early morning. I might actually be having to do a video later, and it'll be early morning video, and then one in the afternoon before I do my live stream on Saturday. So stay tuned for that.
Like, we gotta stand together. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're all impacted by this. Like,
he had almost every kid / adult doing the Kamehameha pose at least once, including me. Yes, facts. The Kamehameha, trying to power up Kaioken style, Super Saiyan, fucking doing the Spirit Bomb, the Special Beam Cannon, the Destructo Disc, the fucking Final Flash, all that shit. Masenko, everything. There is not one kid who hasn't at least attempted the Kamehameha, and I was one of those kids who attempted everything.
Dragon Ball is my...
Even if it almost made me shit my pants, I'll be honest.
Childhood. And
I know I say childhood, but like again, it's been my adulthood too. Look at me, grown ass man, bro. Grown ass man. Dragon Ball, Dragon. You should see my fucking closet. Like what a legacy, man. What an empire. And I think again, the thing that's more valuable than all like the money he may have made, you know, how successful Dragon Ball was. The one thing that's more meaningful is the fact that this feeling, the feeling that we all are feeling right now, this like lump in our chest, this just like discomfort, this sadness, like that is the most, that is what I think he would be most proud of, is the fact that this many people have been touched by his work. And like, you just only hope that he knew, you know, like you only hope, because he was one of those people, he stayed to himself, you know, he stayed to himself. He was just,
he was a very
you know,
private
with his
person.
family. He didn't go out. He didn't do like a lot of public events. He didn't do like a lot of showings and stuff like that. He was very just private person. But like one thing that I hope, because of the fact that he never like did any of that things, I hope he knows how many people like not just adored him, but like idolized him, revered him. Like Toriyama's work was like the gospel for so many. But like really, man, like, bro, I was somebody who, growing up, and from time to time, even now, I'm not gonna lie, like, one of my fears, like, it would keep me up at night, even when I was like 6, like, I would be like 7, 8 years old, and like just thinking about death absolutely terrified me. Like, terrified me.
I think as kids, that does hit us eventually. I remember having moments when I'm laying down in bed thinking about death when I was a child, and it scared the living fuck out of me. To the point where I remember I think I was somewhere around the age of like 6 or 7, and I'm laying down in bed, and I think I had a nightmare. And I woke up crying, and I was just pondering things and stuff like that. I don't remember what the nightmare was. I don't remember anything really. All I remember is waking up crying, having the thought of fear of death, and I got up out of my bed, crying my eyes out, walked to my sister's room, and asked her if I can sleep for the rest of the night in her room and stuff like that. And I think I told her I was having a fear of death and how death was scary. I think every kid has that moment at some point in life. I don't know if you guys have, but I have. That is a story for me.
And like that went away. It's not that the fear went away, but it's like it wasn't something I was really concerned about. But it was kind of reawoken when my brother went, you know. And then I had like this big, and I'm still on it, like a spiritual journey. And again, in case you're just joining, it's not like a specific religion, but it's just like being in touch with, you know, energy and like, you know, just the subconscious mind and just stuff like that. But what I'm trying to get to is like, we are here right now. You're watching this stream. You're watching right now. I'm speaking right now. One thing that we all have in common is the fact that we're all here right now together. We, in this little nook, in this little speck of time, we're here together. And we need to really just appreciate just life, appreciate each other, onto his next journey. In all of his fantasies, you know, he had this creative interpretation of what like the next life, and that's, it brings me some calm too, is the fact that like almost any, like whether it's religion, whether it's,
what's up, Socks?
You know, fantasy, we all have like this speculation of what's next. And again, I know some, you know, everyone has different beliefs. We're not here to debate right now, but like me personally, like I truly believe there is more, you know. I don't know what that next is, but like I believe that there is. And I think there's some peace of mind in that. You know. It's so sad, man. It is. Like it's one of those things that it's like it hit me and it's gonna hit me again later, and you're gonna think you're good, but then like you're gonna see some form of media and then all of a sudden, you know, you're not good again. I just hope him and his, you know, his family, you know, he had kids, grandkids. I hope they're holding up okay, you know, as good as they can. Again, this actually happened March 1st, but it wasn't announced now. Like me and my brother were super into Dragon Ball growing up, and
I'll be honest, when I clicked on this, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that he's lost his brother recently.
My brother,
and I think even in the video he talked about that him and his brother went and enjoyed Superhero together.
Past fucking November. Now, his idol, a few months later, like he was the gateway. Like Toriyama had the same type of impact, like similar. Like the only reason I listened to, like I ever started listening to rock was Chester Bennington, Linkin Park. So that one hit me really hard because like, even though you don't know these people, they're like they're literally a part of your like fundamental foundation as a person. Like you grow up like whole neighborhood getting together to like pretend we're going Super Saiyan and watching Goku go Super Saiyan 3 for the first time on Toonami. Like all of this stuff just etched into our memories and like built us as people. Dragon Ball AMVs, like I spent years of my life before I ever did the Syriax YouTube channel. I was just making Dragon Ball AMVs. Like that was my whole thing. Doesn't even feel real. It does suck. It just sucks. There's no words that's gonna make it feel better, but you know, just appreciate the time that you're here, man. Like every day. It's so hard, man. I know how hard it is.
Honestly, Spooter, I'm shocked that Toriyama passed away before she did. It's not going to be an easy day. It's going to be just as hard as now when she passes.
But like when you wake up, just like we should feel a level of elation and happiness when we just wake up, bro. Like the fact that we get to walk outside and like breathe air, you know what I mean? And like just lay, you know what I'm just like all the little experiences that we can have. Like then not only that, just appreciate like all your idols, your family, appreciate them, man. As annoying as you may feel like you're becoming if you just like are constantly just over lovey-dovey, like
really, Nano hasn't done a video? I thought he would have by now.
You got to, bro. You gotta.
Honestly, it depends on the person. You know, it was hard for me to press that record button yesterday. It was hard for me to press the stream button for this. It just depends on the person.
Appreciate it. You just never know. Like I was a shell of myself when my brother went, and I still kind of like I haven't healed from that shit, man. I haven't. Like I still.
No, we're talking about nanogenics.
I feel like there was me before it happened, and then there's me now. Cosplaying as me before it happened, you know? And I know, like, I'm bringing two things into this pot, but it's just, again, like, you know, this happening with Toriyama just really just reawoken a lot. And I haven't even said this part yet because it still doesn't feel real, but rest in peace to the man who shaped
who I am. Rest in peace to the man who gave me so much joy just growing up, just having that medium to watch, to enjoy, to idolize. I got my whole family to watch it. Rest in peace to a man who inspired a whole
generations
of upcoming artists, creators in any medium, whether it's obviously in manga, obviously in anime, but also just in any medium in general. Like, Dragon Ball was so impactful. But also, of course, I hope his family has been able to deal with this as well as they can, obviously, you know. All right, y'all. I mean, I just felt like I had to at least talk about it. I can't just, because, like, we're a community and, like, we're all impacted by this. You know, legacy lives on through our memories, through the stories we tell. I mean, his legacy is fucking tremendous, dude. Still doesn't even feel right, but rest in peace. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Take care of yourselves. Be sad, but also try to just be happy for what he meant to all of us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I always think about, like, what they would want from, like, if they like knew they passed, okay, like, let's say, like, they already knew it was done and they could give us one last message before they're gone for good, I guarantee you this is the man who created Goku. Not to say he was exactly like Goku, but I guarantee you there's probably some sort of, like, innocence about him that was very Goku-esque. And I know he'd be like, you know, just stay happy, you know, as hard as it is to stay happy, like, just keep your head up and, like, live life happily with a smile on your face to the fullest. You know what I mean? It's sad for us, but it's probably euphoric for him, you know. Keep your heads up and just be there for each other. It's okay to be sad. Be sad. Take care of yourselves, you guys. I love you guys. Goodbye.
Well, before we get on to the next thing, before we get on to the next thing, because I think that will be the last video when it comes to, like, these type of videos. I wanted to watch one thing, maybe two things with you guys today before I wrap up my video, but my cat's meowing at my door, so I'm gonna let her out. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And yeah, give me a second. You want out socks? Okay, I'm back. Like I said, we're gonna watch 2 more things. So, thanks to Toriyama. And once again, let's get a round of thank you, Toriyama, in the chat. Let's just put everybody just put thank you, Toriyama. No need to put rest in peace, no anything like that. Just thank you, Toriyama, for what you've done, because without Toriyama making Dragon Ball, we wouldn't have the fandom we have today. And we wouldn't have all these amazing, amazing creations throughout all of YouTube when it comes to fan animations. And I grabbed 2 things in particular. I grabbed actually more than 2. I grabbed this video right here. I decided we can watch a video that I absolutely love and adore. You guys might have seen this. My original reaction is up on the channel, and I thought we would see something that if it wasn't for Toriyama, we wouldn't have this. This right here is one of the greatest animations I've ever had the pleasure to watch and react to. And it's thanks to Toriyama this was even created. You guys might recognize it once we get into things. This statement right here. I think this is one of the best videos to watch right now. We're going to watch one more after this. If you haven't seen this, you're in for a treat.
Son, stay strong. Your crown is here, and your kingdom awaits your return.
The goat was an Easter egg in this video. There he is. Also Akuma. Also, I think this is also supposed to be right here. Supposed to be, that's supposed to be Chris Sabat. The voice of the English dub of Vegeta, Piccolo, Shenron, and whatnot. If you haven't seen this, you're in for a treat. My original reaction to this video is on my channel if you guys want to see my first time watching this. I'm not going to go crazy. I know what's about to happen, but we're in for a treat.
Just how stupid can you be?
Have we ever met?
Have we ever met?
If you don't mind, can you just tell me what I forgot so I can remember?
Unbelievable! And did you forget the promise you made me as well? You promised to marry me, Goku!
Well, his life's over.
Is that all you can say for yourself?
This animation's so good.
Goku!
Chat, say it with me. It's over! 9,000! Yes, with the classic Dragon Ball music. I absolutely love this animation.
The green light, the gold you fashion. It's not every day that a king leaves his throne, but for you, I make a royal exception. All my life I've trained for this one moment. For the pride of the Saiyans! For my family. And yes, even you, Kakarot.
Also, shout out to Saitama making a cameo in this animation. And also, Yamcha went from Dragon Ball Yamcha to Z Yamcha as well.
Family. And yes, even you, Kakarot. Saiyan legend, hear me! Today a god falls. Bones to dust. Ashes to the wind!
If you guys haven't seen this, prepare your assholes, because guess what? I don't know why I said it that way, but you guys are going to see one of the best animations of your life, fan-made. You know he hits hard when he knocks the fucking Super Saiyan out of you. Ooh. It was at this moment she realized she's a fucking idiot. Oh, that crunch never gets old. Oh my god, that's a hard to listen to crunch. One of the best representations, alteration to the Super Saiyan design, and everything leading to Goku being Sun Wukong, Son Goku, all that type of stuff, all put together in such a fantastic artist method right here. Once again, if Toriyama didn't make Dragon Ball, we wouldn't have this masterpiece.
I remember. It's Chi-Chi, right?
Yes, Goku's based off of Sun Wukong. Yes.
Stop calling me that. That name is your birthright. For you, just like I, are the legacy of a proud race of golden warriors. We are the keepers of the primal light. Your light is out of control and must be refined to be useful. Your days under the sun are numbered, Kakarot. So marry that woman while you still have the chance. And come with me. We have to prepare. For what?
For war.
War.
Oh, just war. I kid you not, guys. Go watch this video. I'm shocked this is only 13 million views. Honestly, I feel like this should be already like 50 million views. But this is not the only thing I wanted to watch. There was one last video I wanted to watch before I ended today's stream. We're going to watch one more thing. And I think it actually goes well with today's video. This is a video done by Rising Fist, a awesome content creator who has made amazing stories based off of the creation of Dragon Ball. And this is his video on Old Man Goku's last day in life. This one's going to get you guys in the feel. Especially with the passing of Toriyama.
Life is an uncertain road. We often try to predict where...
Ace, I know there's more, but we don't need to see it. I already know what happens. And if people want to see it, they can watch the original video.
It leads, only to find that it takes us somewhere else. There are many times where we face challenges that are seemingly impossible to overcome, but then once we tackle them head on, we're able to summon the strength to break through. Goku is a character that has never tried to predict where his life would take him, nor has he ever been afraid of change. His one-track
I think this video is really going to represent Toriyama really well too.
Drawing from a seemingly bottomless well of courage. However, his desire to get stronger often came at the expense of time with his loved ones, time that he'd never get back. The basis of the story I have for you today actually came to me in a dream. It made me wonder what Goku would be like at the end of his mortal life, a life that I feel he'd want to see through naturally, all the way to the end and without the help of the Dragon Balls. How would he feel knowing he only had so much time left, and what would he have learned by then? I have no idea how my story is going to be received, honestly, but I just feel like this is the story I need to tell right now. And with my good friend Tristan lending his amazing voice talent to the story, I do hope you guys enjoy this one.
Whew, all done. Not too bad if I do say so myself. I have a really good feeling about this year's crop, Chi-Chi. Your old Goku finally got it right. Well, better late than never. It's funny how something that isn't training can be so satisfying. Well, I guess you've always known that. Ah, Vegeta! Wow, is that really you? It's been a while,
Now, no, this is his own fan-made thing.
hasn't it?
Hello, Kakarot. Indeed, it has been quite some time.
With you as our god of destruction, things have been so peaceful. I kind of miss the chaos of the old days. But tell me, what brings you here after all this time?
The truth is, Kakarot, I'm afraid this isn't a social visit. I've sensed your life force fading for a while now. I believe your life in this realm is coming to an end. I am sorry.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I have gotten old, haven't I? Don't give me that look, Vegeta.
I love this because this really does feel like Goku.
If you ask me, I don't know how else I'd have it. Although, do me a favor, would you? I want you to give this body a proper send-off. How about a little sparring, for old time's sake?
Kakarot!
This spot'll do just fine.
Well, it's not a planet, but it'll do, I suppose.
I haven't been this excited in a long time. Don't disappoint me, Vegeta.
Careful, Kakarot. Bravado's fine, but only if you can back it up.
That was one for the books, wasn't it, Vegeta?
Yes, Kakarot. It was a fine battle.
I'm surprised you had to try so hard to beat an old man. What was that?
just had to push that button, Goku. Just had to push that button.
I'll see you in the next life. Old friend.
Life's end comes for all of us eventually. There's nothing wrong with striving for greatness, but with only so much time on this earth, it is also important that we spend as much time as we can with the few who make life worthwhile. Thank you so much for watching my story, and I will see you all in the next video.
That statement at the end, though. Facts. Well, I'm going to wrap up tonight's stream. Like I said, this was kind of a spur of the moment. I hope you guys did enjoy the time we did hang out. It was great reminiscing on the past of our love for Dragon Ball. We're grateful for Toriyama. He will always be missed. And if it wasn't for Toriyama, I don't think a lot of us would have met each other. And there's definitely a good possibility I may not be a YouTuber right now if it wasn't for Toriyama making Dragon Ball. Who knows? But just gotta say, thank you, Toriyama. Never will be forgotten and forever in our hearts. Later.